Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਭੈ ਨਾਸਨ ਦੁਰਮਤ ਹਰਨ, ਕਲ ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਕੋ ਨਾਮ। ਨਿਸ ਦਿਨ ਜੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਭਜੈ, ਸਫਲ ਹੋਹਿ ਤਿਹ ਕਾਮ। ਜਿਹਬਾ ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਭਜਹੁ, ਕਾਰਨ ਸੁਨਹੁ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਨ ਰੇ ਮਨਾ, ਪਰਹਿ ਨਾ ਜਮ ਕੈ ਧਾਮ। ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਾਣੀ ਮਮਤਾ ਤਜੈ, ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪਨ ਤਰੈ, ਔਰਨ ਲੇਤ ਉਧਾਰ। ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਾਣੀ ਮਮਤਾ ਤਜੈ, ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਆਪਨ ਤਰੈ, ਔਰਨ ਲੇਤ ਉਧਾਰ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Sangat Ji, we just all heard the 20th, 21st and 22nd Salok from Salok Mehalla Noma of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Ji's Bani. And if we just first go through the literal translations of all three Saloks. So Maharaj Ji again first start off with the word pa. Pa, something that we went through a few Sloks before. And pa meaning fear. And pa often when it comes up spelled in this way with the dulama means all our fears, many fears, and not referring just to one particular fear. Pa Naasan. Naasan means when something gets destroyed. So saying koi cheez da naash ho jana. Then Pach is saying that pa Naasan durmat haran. Haran means when something is taken away. What is taken away? Pach is saying durmat. Durmat can be translated to durmat. Dur meaning far, mat meaning that wisdom that is far away from the Guru's wisdom. Saying that all of that durmat, that following my mind and not following the Guru, pa Naasan, my fears have gone, and then that durmat has been taken away for me. But how has that happened? And at this point, we're all probably thinking that'd be great if that can happen for me as well. That then Pach says that kal mein har ko naam. They said in kal here means Kaljug. So meaning referring in this era of Kaljug, which we'll look at a little bit more later on. Kal mein har ko naam. This is during this time, during this period, they said har ko naam. The only way is to attach yourself to the name of heart, to the name of God. That's how my fears went, and that's how that durmat, that wisdom that is so far from my gurus has gone away now. Nis din jo nanak bhajai. This says, but there's a condition that says nis din. Nis means night, din means day. Jo nanak bhajai. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji saying, those that meditate on God's name day and night, safal hohi tihi kaam. Kaam means their work. Everything they do in life will become safal, will be fruitful, but it's got to be day and night. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji said, then in the next sloka, this is Jihbaa gun. Jihbaa means tongue. Gun means praise. Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu. Those that with their tongue meditate upon the gun, the qualities of gobind, of that Vaheguru Ji Akal Purkh. Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu. Karan means ears. Sunhu har naam. So then Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji saying, with your tongue, you are to meditate on his gun, on his qualities, on Vaheguru Ji's virtues. But then they say, but with your ears, you are to listen to his name. Kaho Nanak sun re mana. Listen, O my mind, pare na jam kay dhaam. If in this way that you listen to God's name with your ears, then you won't have to go into the dhaam. Dhaam means house. Into the house of Jam, into the house of the messengers of death. Jo Praanee mamata tajai. That those, that Praanee, that mortal, that human being that goes away from and is able to overcome their mamata. Mamata, we've translated many times. Mamata means when you feel something is yours. Jab lag meri kare, tab lag kaaj ek nahi sare. Until we're stuck in mine, then not even one of our things in life and the work that we carry out in life will go right. Mamta taje, lobh moh ahankar, but those that have completely gone away and eradicated lobh, greed, moh, attachment, hankar, pride, Paatshah's kahu Nanak, apan tare, they themselves are saved. And auran means others, let udar, they'll take them and save them as well. So those are the beings in the Gurmukh Sangat that we want to be in. And we want to be amongst those that have completely won over their mind. Ranam hai luje, manua mar, fighting on the battlefield of this life, and then manua mar, they have actually killed and destroyed their mind. So Sangat ji, Bhai Naasan durmat haran, kal mein har ko naam. So kal mein har ko naam, Kaljug. So what is Kaljug? What is this era all about? It's very important for us to understand, because a lot of the times when we think of the 4 different eras, we think the Satjug, meaning that only truth was practiced in Satjug and everything was about the truth and everyone was in the truth. And then we have Treta Yug, and then again that where Dharam was standing on 4 feet was completely stable, that righteousness in Satyug, and then they say that one leg, it's like that one leg came away, then it's standing on 3 now. Bhai Gurdas Ji talk about this. And it starts to reduce, that truth does. But does it mean that there was no evil, there was no sin whatsoever during that era of Satyug? No, Sangat Ji, that's not what it means. It means that predominantly truth was practiced, but there were still people during that era and during that time where they were indulged in falsehood and was influenced by their ego and home. But most people, majority people, was on the path of truth, and it was easier that way. There was less influences. And what started happening as time continued, then Kaljug is that time now, is where what is predominant now is ignorance, where people are completely lost and on that path of righteousness and on the path of truth. But it doesn't mean there's nobody on the path of truth. It doesn't mean that there's nobody that hasn't realized their soul, because there are. If you look at Gurbani, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Bani say to us that Satjug Rath Santokh Ka Dharam Agge Rathavaho. And what does a Rath mean? A Rath means a chariot. So something that carries someone. So Paatshah is saying that Satjug Rath Santokh Ka. What was carrying people during that time? What does it mean to actually be on that path of truth? It's saying that what will be carrying us will be contentment. Satjug Rath Santokh Ka, and then Dharam Agge Rathavaho. And that, then what is that Rathavaho? Rathavaho is then that charioteer, the one that is the driving force, that is pulling us, that is actually taking us somewhere. And what is that in Satyug that is the driving force is then Dharam. Dharam means to live within a discipline, to live with high morals. And this is what was the driving force. And Sangat Ji, if we look at it in that way, those beings that are driven by Dharam, driven by righteousness, they will end up sitting in contentment. And what happens is then their senses start to become content as well. Their eyes aren't out of control anymore. That akhi sutak vekhana partriya, looking at par istri, looking at the beauty of others, not being our own partner. That's what it means for this body to not be content. But when it starts to become content, the eyes aren't now looking in that way anymore, because its driving force is completely something else. And then what happens is they get to be in a Satyug and realize the truth. There's those people here now as well, but there's more people now that are completely lost and living in ignorance. And that's why Guru Sahib Ji then described Kaljug. Kaljug Rath Aganaka. They said, what has now become the Rath? What has become that chariot that is holding us in this era? They said that it's of Agan, of fire. And what is fire? Fire, Sangat Ji, is our desires. That andar tishna ag hai, manmukh bhukh na jaye. There's that trishna, that fire of desires, that's what we're sitting in today. And then Kaljug rath aganaka kood agge rathavaho. And when we're constantly led by these burning desires, what will happen is then kood agge rathavaho, then we will lead our life in kood, in complete falsehood. We will do so many things that are unrighteous, the complete opposite to being Satyug. So we need something different now in this era that is going to help us. In previous eras, people could have got away with doing somebody could have done a penance where they forced their self into certain practices, where they forced their eyes into coming into self-control through different ways or whatever it might be. And that might be, Sangaji, through doing charitable things and giving out so many things. And that's what Sadhguru Ji Pacha Ji talk about, that how it became in then Dwapar Yuga as well. But in Kaljug, Pacha says, Kal mein har ko naam. But the only way to survive now, because no matter where we look, everyone is on fire. Everyone is burning. And it's become so difficult now. We know ourselves constantly. We've got this social media, we've got these phones, and our brains are being completely fried. It doesn't matter what direction we look in, and there is that competition going on. Whether it be people are trying to get the next better car or have it or status, or trying to get certain positions at workplace, and everyone is on fire. So now we need something more constant. It can't be a one-off thing where once a month we go out and do some nice charitable work and go in, and then that'll be sorted. We'll be all right for a month or so or a couple of months. But now we need something that is going to be nis din, your naanak bhajai. It's got to be day and night. So Pacha is giving us naam. But in which form is Guru Sahib Ji talking about giving us naam in? How do we awaken ourselves with naam every moment? Because we all know that there's many of us probably that do make that attempt to say Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru constantly. And we're trying to even say it with each breath. But we know that even during saying that, we still might lose our temper. We still might get taken away by Krodh completely. Whilst we're saying these words, whilst we're saying Vaheguru, 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 we still might be burning in desires and wanting that next best product. But we're still saying Vaheguru. And what did Guru Sahib Ji say about this? Guru Sahib Ji says, Ram Ram Sab Ko Kaha. This is everybody might be saying the word Ram. It's just saying it though. Remember, there's a huge difference. A lot of the times we'll just say Vaheguru, 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 and we'll say it's not working. You know what? It's not done nothing for me. I don't feel any happier. I don't feel any more connected. Because Guru Sahib Ji said it depends on how you said it. This is Ram Ram Sab Ko Kaha. Kehe Ram na hoye. They're saying don't expect by just merely saying it and that you're going to become Ram, that you're going to become God. Because on the other side, you've got Guru Sahib, Guru Ramdas Ji Pacha Ji telling us, Jin har japya, se har hoye. And we're thinking, well, main ta japya, that I did this thing called jap, but I've not become Hari. That's because we've misunderstood what jap means, and we actually haven't done jap, and we were just saying it. There was a huge difference. Because in just saying it, Ram, Ram, sab ko kahe, kehe Ram na hoye. This says, but Gur Prasadi, but with his grace, because we have no power over it, Gur Prasadi Ram man vase. But when actual Ram starts to go deep inside of us and reside deep into our core, into our heart, then ta fal paave koi. Then you will get that fal of what Guru Ramdas Ji Pacha is saying, of Jin har japya se har hoye. You'll actually become Hari. You'll actually become God when you are just jumping. And I know that might sound a bit strange to say become God, but that's what Guru Sahib Ji is saying. Jin har japya se har hoye. They become Har themselves. So what was the difference here? To escape in this Kaljug, that when Pacha Ji is saying to us, Bhai Naasan durmat haran, kal mein har ko naam, nis din jo naanak bhajai, safal hohi Tegh kaam. So Guru Sahib says, Jihbaa gun, gobind bhajhu. With the tongue is the saying part. But if we just say alone, we know it's incomplete, the formula, and it's not going to work. So that we've still not actually gotten anywhere, but we have to take that step as well. Jihbaa gun. But the word gun here is talking about God's then makeup, God's qualities. Guru Sahib Ji has given us Mool Mantra as well. That Mool Mantra is that our foundation. And through there, we start to become conscious of God's qualities. And we say then Nirpau, Nirvar. These are where the qualities start from. So Ek Oankar, Sat Naam, Karta Purkh. Karta Purkh is that he's the doer. And that's not, we wouldn't really class that as a quality as such. Karta Purkh. But then from this part onwards is Nirpau. So when we start to then, with this tongue, Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu, meditate, and meditate, remember we went through means to when we're feeling a ras, but we're feeling this enjoyment, when we're so focused and we're so in awe of Vaheguru Ji being Nirpau. And when we're saying Nirpau, Nirvar, and then Guru Sahib Ji saying what starts to happening is your fear will start to eradicate. Bhai Naasan, durmat haran. So what fears are we stuck in? Bhagat Kabir Ji say to us in Bavan Akhri, Dadda dar upje dar jai. They say, you know when the fear of God starts to well up inside of us? And then what happens? And that fear of God is knowing that that one is watching me. And just like a child, when a child goes and is maybe taking part in a play at school and the parents come to watch that play, it's like that. We become like that little child in wanting to get it right for God. And in that loving fear and living consciously of the outcomes that are going to come from my actions. And then what happens is dadda dar upje. When that beautiful positive love wells up inside of us for God, then dar jai. What happens? There's a different a type of fear then that dies, that goes away. What is that fear? The fear of the world then starts to go away when I'm now fearing God in a positive way. And there's many fears that we have for this world. Kabir says, Taan dar mein hai, dar rahya samai. When I live like that, thinking about the fear of my Guru and constantly wanting to please my Guru, living in Rat, and then Taan Dharam hai, and becoming conscious of the way things are working, Taan Dharam hai, within that fear, positive fear, Taan Dharam hai, Dar Reha Samai, and all my negative fears for this world all goes and immerses into that, and I lose those fears. Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu. And as I'm then meditating on God's qualities, then karan sunhu har naam. With my ears, what happens is I listen to God's name. So I'm now very conscious that this is a name of God, that Nirpau, Nirvar, these are all names of God, but I'm not here just to recite them and just to say them. I'm here to embody them. Just like when we listen to a song or a tune, no matter how much we try, that tune sticks in our head and we find ourselves repeating those words. But this is in that same way, we're repeating those words, Sangat Ji, but then we're doing them so consciously, we're contemplating on how amazing Vaheguru Ji is, and then we start to think how amazing it would be to actually live like that and not having to live with all these fears for the world. And then I start being Nirpau. I start acting in that fearless way and not worrying for the world and the society of what they will think. And because now my focus has become something else, Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu, I'm meditating now on that name. If we look at this, Sangat Ji, when there is duality, only in duality can there be fear. But when we're living, when we start to realize that that same Atma is within everyone else as well, then that fear starts to go itself. There is no one to fear anymore. So Sangat Ji, Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu karan sunhu har naam. And with our ears, we're focused on then list. That's what japa means. Japa means not just to say, but when you're completely focused and listening back to God's name. And when you're conscious of God's name and you start to become that name of God, Bhai Naasan, durmat, haran, this starts to happen automatically. In Kaljug, we need something constantly. We need to constantly be saying God's name, saying God's qualities, because there's every moment there's an opportunity of something attacking us. And that's why we can't just leave it for here and there. So when we're saying Vaheguru, when we're saying the Mool Mantar, and when we're singing Shabads, and we're taking that Shabad deep inside, but we're then listening to that being God's name with our ears, and we start to become that. It's very important for us to understand these things, that done in the correct way with that formula, then it will definitely have an effect. It will definitely work for us. But it's got to be done in awareness. That's why Bhagt Kabir Ji said it as well. Kabir, keso keso kukiye. They said that Kabir keso keso kukiye. Keso is another name for God. That Vaheguru Ji with the beautiful long hair. Kabir keso keso kukiye. Kukiye means to when you scream out, you cry out to God. And this doesn't mean physically. This means just within yourself. Your inner self is crying out to God. Kabir keso keso kukiye na soye asar. But I don't ever sleep. And doesn't mean physical sleep. It means that I don't go to sleep when I say your name. Every time I'm saying your name, I'm actually conscious of your name, and I'm listening to your name, and I'm taking you into my heart, and I'm becoming that. So, keso keso kukiye na soye asar, and I never go into asar, into unawareness. So I don't ever say your name and not be listening to it. I'm completely conscious of your quality of being compassionate, and then I start to contemplate on compassion. And it Gurprasadi Ramu Manavase, compassion starts to go deep into my core, and then I start to become compassionate. And I start to become Jin Har Japya, Se Har Hoya. I start to become that, what he is. I start to become Nirpao. I start to become Nirvair. Because now I'm conscious of it. Keso keso kukiye na soye asar, raat divas ke kukane, kabhun ke sune pukar. That if I continue in this way day and night, nis din jo naanak bhajai, safal hohi kaam. And think about this, Sangat Ji. If we're listening to God's name with so much concentration of every quality that we are saying with our tongue, Jihbaa gun gobind bhajhu, then how can any of our work go wrong? It might go wrong in where it's concerned of the results of what the world perceives to be right or wrong. I remember, Sangaji, that for us, whether it be work or wherever it might be, even if it means dropping a position and having less money somewhere, but as long as it's from God's name, meaning that it's that whilst being connected and taking God's qualities deep inside of our heart, then there's no loss. There's only a win for us. It might be a loss on a worldly term, but we're not afraid of what the world thinks now anymore. Bhai Naasan, durmat, haran, kal mein har ko naam, nis din jo naanak bhajai, safal hohi kaam. That's what it means to be safal. That's what it means to be successful. To be successful doesn't mean to be the richest and to be at the top. To be successful, it means that you've taken God's name deep into your heart, and every pore and every being of us is pouring out with compassion. It's pouring out with contentment. Sat Jug Rath Santokh Ka is from being only from practicing and being righteous can we experience being content. Just like Sadhguru Ji Paach says that Thal vich tin vastu pe yo sat santokh, from sat, from living truthfully. Only in that way, living righteously, can santokh and contentment come. Never can contentment come when we're in competition of something, putting others down. Only from that place, sat santokh vicharo. Only when we're content, we'll go into deep contemplation. That's what vicharo means. Deep contemplation will take us to a place of realization. Jihbaa gun gobind bhajho, karan sunhu har naam, kaho nanak sunre mana, pare na jam ke taam. And in that way, we don't go into the house of the messenger of death. And what that means is, Sangat Ji, there's no such thing as death for those. Those are for those which ones? Jo Praanee mamata tajai. Those that have gone away from this being mine, mero, mero. Sabah kahata hai. Hit se bandhyo cheet. That jab lag meri, meri kare. Those that think, this is mine. We've covered all of this. But once you understand that Kabir mera mujh mein kich nahi. Jo kich hai so tera. Tera tujhko saump de kya lage mera. That whatever you have given me, that it is all yours anyway. And when I start to realize that everything is you, that tu karta, tu hua, mujh mein raha na hu. Jab apa parka mit gaya, jat dekha, tat tu. When I start to realize that it is only but you, it's just tu hi. And then what happens? Then there is no such thing as death. Because death and the Atma has got nothing to do with each other. Only when I'm in the home, I'm in the I, that then death will come. But there is no death for when you've understood home and you've understood yourself. So you don't have to meet any of these messengers of deaths. There is no such thing for those. And then, Jo Praanee mamta taje lobh, and has gone away from greed, moh, and then from attachment. And we explained the only way to go away from attachment is that har tijdi lav man chau paya. We have to have cha. If we've got cha yearning, a pull so strong towards the truth, and the shackles of attachment will break themselves. We cannot possibly fight with attachment. It's impossible. Only the yearning can take away our attachment to this world. Jo Praanee mamta tajai lobh moh ahankar, pride, looking down at others. And then that goes for those beings that nisadin pajai, that day and night live in constant consciousness, in constant awareness, doing everything from that place of Atma. And then Sangat Ji, Kaho Nanak apan tarai. Truly only those that have understood what attachment is and have been able to break the shackles of attachment. Auran let yudar, that thing that you're able to understand so well that you have managed to achieve and break away from, you can then very easily help somebody else characterize it, understand it, and those steps that you took yourself to get out of it, you can show them those very steps, and then you can take them along with you. Kaho Nanak apan tare auran let udar, just like Pach says, jini naam te aaya, ge masakat kaal, Nanak te mukh ujle. They made that effort themselves, they escaped themselves, their faces, they became radiant, no mal, no dirt upon their mind now, that Nanak te mukh ujle, keti chutti naal, and they helped many others escape as well. Manne pravare sadar, those that have got complete faith and accept God's will, manne, accept, and then pravare sadar, they are able to help their own family as well. And we see this all the time. One person changes, takes the path of truth, and they're able to inspire, and then others start to follow that path of truth as well. So hopefully, Sangat Ji, we can all aspire to be at that place, and I'm sure we'd love to be there, where the fears of the world just go away, but take in that fear of God, and then all that can absorb into the fear of God. So itniya ki benti hai Pravan, ek nahi par anek ka galtiyan ho giyan han, anjaan bachcha samjh ke bakhsh dena. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru.